Welcome, beautiful souls, to our 34-day angel play, something that was inspired by the last Angel Healing Practitioner course. Something that all the practitioners do as part of their case studies is to get to know the 17 archangels and the 17 counterparts, the divine feminine counterparts, the Archeia. And we thought, why don't we just do it together and also offer it online so that you can join, dipping in or enjoying consecutively over the next 34 days, getting to know each of the Archeia and each of the archangels. And we begin with the beautiful Archeia Faith. And every time we're connecting with one of these angels, I'm going to ask for this beautiful angel who can be with us all at the same time, all over the world, irrespective of time and space and distance. Going to ask Archeia Faith to be with you now, even if you've never connected with her before or you don't believe in angels. Just go to that part of you that is curious, that is open, and see and feel this beautiful angel come into your space, so that this transmission, as much as it will be full of content and information, maybe some that you don't know, expanding your consciousness, bringing greater awareness, it's also vibrational, so that there will be changes, because all of these archangels and all of the Archeia, because they are part of the angel healing system, they help us with healing. They help us with divine empowerment. And we begin right at number one. These cards and the book from the Female Archangels, these beautiful cards took 6 years to create because they kept working on myself and the artist so much. And if you have the deck with you, I suggest that as we go through each of these days, you pull the card. So we're going to start right at number one and go all the way through. You have the card with you for the transmission when you're tuning in, and also just throughout the day. And invite in, like really invite in, ask for them to step in and be with you, support you, inspire you, nudge you, challenge you throughout the day. Okay, so we're going to begin with Archeia Faith from the card deck, the Female Archangels. Now, Faith is the twin feminine counterpart of Archangel Michael, and maybe you start to feel that vibe if you've worked with angels before, because she carries the beautiful blue sapphire cloak, but she also comes in using and through the gold ray depicted by her beautiful wings here. And the gold ray, the blue ray, and the sapphire ray, these are streams of light, streams of consciousness that in particular work with our will, helping us to increase our will, helping us to increase our natural leadership qualities, our resilience, our confidence. Here on the card it says lead with confidence. And Archeia Faith was one of the first angels to come forward with Archangel Michael back in 2007, even after I'd left my career in cancer research science. And by that point in my life, I was still very, very cynical to everything angelic, despite seeing spirit and angels as a young child. As I grew up, I went more into academia, more into what I could see and I could feel, rather than unseen forces. But let me tell you, working with the angels and really inviting them in every day, they really do become tangible. They do become real. They drop signs, symbols, and synchronicities into our environment all the time to say, hello, I am here. You are never alone. We are here to guide you. Please call upon us. Please invite us into your reality. So back then, 2007, Michael and Faith stepped forward and said that in the future, we would be creating together what is now known as the angel healing system, the angel healing modality. I thought they were absolutely nuts. I thought I was just making that up. It's just a figment of my imagination. But now we are here. Angel healing is the official trademarked modality, angel therapy worldwide. We have teachers, practitioners, students in over 70 countries. We have now books translated in different languages, our cards, and it's just growing and growing. That which they saw, that which they impressed upon me is now here, and it's growing. And it's just a little bit of, that's the first nugget that I want to say about Archeia Faith, is never discredit what you receive, whether from your angels, speaking to them, journaling with them, meditating, healing, or in your dream time, or just those intuitive, instinctual nudges that come to you. Never underestimate how that can grow, friends. And when we were together at the weekend for the angel healing course, one beautiful lady, beautiful soul, said maybe she shouldn't become a practitioner because she's still got so, in her perception, she's still got so much to heal, so much to surrender and let go of. And I said to her, and all the group could empathize, if we were to buy in to our doubts and our stories and our fears, we would never go anywhere in life. We would never create anything. And I still carry doubt about myself. It's being chipped away at every day, especially with working with the angels. But this is one great teaching of Archeia Faith, is not to become immobilized by the fears and the doubts that you're carrying. Especially don't let them stop you from acting, from taking that inspired action that we're all receiving. It's just sometimes we're not listening, or it's covered up with crap being our self-talk, our negative drama, hype and drama stories that we're empowering, rather than empowering our own truth, our own path and purpose. And this is exactly what Archeia Faith, this beautiful angel, helps us to do. Now, she wears less armor than Archangel Michael, her twin, and everybody seems to know Michael, our beautiful big brother that can come in with his big sword of light and cut the cords and release us from psychic binds and addictions and fears. While that has supported us for a very long time, Archeia Faith, who began to focus her light and her consciousness to Mother Earth, to humanity from 2011, as all the Archeia did, her focus more is all about how we can open our heart to what feels fearful. So she wears less armor in her depiction than Archangel Michael, who we will work with tomorrow on day 2. Why? Because her open heart is her protection. And it's so true. When we open our heart to something that feels scary or confusing or challenging, it begins to soften. We begin to widen our vantage and start to see solutions. We start to come into solution consciousness rather than problem consciousness, rather than perpetuating what feels knotted, tangled, dense, hard to surmount. We start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. We start to move through. She also helps us with self-belief, self-assurance, confidence, knowing that we're eternally and always supported by our angels, even if we feel, like I said before, in those times of doubt where we're empowering drama more than our truth. They're still there. They're still very much there. And each of these 34 days, we're going to be doing a transmission or a visualization or angelic dance or angelic yoga, maybe art. We'll just see what flows over the next 34 days. But the hope is to keep these transmissions short so that you can dive into the feeling, to the depiction, to the colors, to the energy, to the knowledge that I'm sharing about each of these angels. And then for the rest of that day, go and experience that particular angel for yourself. Challenge them, question them, partner them, journal with them. And Faith has actually got a couple of journal questions that I'll share right at the end. So invite in Faith anytime that you feel you need your faith bolstered. Her name Faith comes from the Latin fidere, that means to trust. And if we could put that into something that's more tangible, it's trust in action. How can we apply faith apart from being something religious? Because the archangels and the archeia really are beyond religious constructs. through religion, faith is believing in something that's external, something that we can't see. Through the angelic perspective, faith is tapping into your own intrinsic knowing, tapping into your own intrinsic capabilities, knowing that you have everything within you to create and do and be anything. You only have to open. The angels help us. The angels help us with that opening. They are eternal messengers. Yes, they've always been depicted in that way. Angels comes from the Greek word angelos, meaning messenger, but always from the perspective over the last 15 years of working with them and teaching courses worldwide all about angels and writing books and introducing people to who the archangels, the female archangels are, the Archeia, which is still so new. I've seen them to be beings who mirror our capacity to love and be loved, as well as mirroring our own capabilities. What Carl Jung, the great psychologist, would say is our golden shadow. You often hear in the New Age and spiritual psychic arenas our shadow, how dense it is, and during eclipses and eclipse windows, all our shadows, all of our crap comes up to be seen and intensified. And yes, while that can be sometimes true, we forget about the golden shadow, which is our talents. It's our dreams that we're not empowering or giving love to. Wherever we are hiding, this is the angel, wherever we are hiding in our life, I think the angels as a whole, but certainly Archeia Faith, she can say, okay, stop hiding. This is where you're keeping yourself small. This is where you're dimming your light because of this relationship or this person or this fear. Come on, open your heart. Open your heart. What is the worst that can happen by being your true self? What is the best that can happen by being your true self? How will you and your life change? What will you be able to create and inspire for others? Now, if I had bought into my fears, friends, I wouldn't be here talking with you. I'd probably still be in science, maybe doing my PhD, being a doctor in some modality of cancer research that I really didn't like. And I wouldn't have been able to travel all over the world and write these books and create angel healing, which has empowered thousands of people, if I had bought into my fears and my doubts. So this is me. This is your little reminder here, little angel on your shoulder with faith to say, don't buy in. Don't rob the world of your golden shadow, of your dreams, of your talents and your skills. Don't rob the world. You do everybody an injustice by not shining. Okay, so day one is all about shining. And with that, friends, let's go into a little meditation. But before I do that, some angel crystals that are associated with faith are labradorite, this big beauty that I've had for years behind me. Isn't she beautiful? And a celestial sapphire andara that wants to jump away. My son pretty much stole this crystal. I had to go and find it. It was on his windowsill. A celestial sapphire andara and golden topaz. These are beautiful crystals that carry the frequency of faith. In terms of plant allies, I talk about that in the second edition of the new book, is tall mountain larkspur, I can never say that, sunflowers, and frankincense. So either the oil or the resin, bringing that into your space carries that beautiful frequency of Archeia Faith. And you can learn so much more in the book and also the card deck. But for now, friends, no doubt we're over 10 minutes of this transmission already. But I just wanted to share a little meditation, a little activation with this beautiful angel, Archeia Faith. If you have the card, perhaps place the card over your heart. Faith really helps to open our heart center, our third eye, and our throat so that we can see and voice and feel our truth in every moment. So let's go into a little journey. Just going to allow faith to speak through. Nothing has been rehearsed or written. We're just allowing the angels to work through us. So if you're not driving, if it's safe to just close your eyes and give this time to yourself, then please begin by taking some deep, easy breaths. And if this is your first chance really to sit down the whole day, then enjoy it. This is your time. So let's do this now, taking everything else out your hands, putting off other web pages, anything that you've got on as distractions, and just being here now. Big breath in. Full breath out. Breathing in a sense of light coming into your body. Breathing out a sense of expansion on your exhale. So you're breathing in light, and as you release, expanding. That's it, just allowing an exit to anything that has been before this moment, any stresses, any conversations, plans, what you're going to cook next or do next. Just let it all go. Breathing into the part of you that feels most at ease at this time. And as you focus here, feeling that the ease begins to grow like a hot, warm liquid in and around your body, just relaxing and softening. The more at ease we are, the more easier it is to perceive our angels, to feel them, to know them, to see them, to hear them, to smell them even. For each of us has different intuitive and instinctual abilities. And the angels, if you are ready to meet them and partner with them, they will move heaven on earth for you to perceive them so that you can build that trust, build that rapport. And so we invite in Archeia Faith to be with you. And she may come forward in her form, which is often like a Norse Valkyrie, very strong, tall, confident, yet with a yielding, a softness of a universal mother, a big sister, even. So just feeling her love and breathing in her presence wherever you feel that you need some healing today. Also, just a bolster of strength. I'm asking her to just completely surround and infuse my back and my spine and just literally be my wings. For our angels truly do have our back, and often if you've ever saw yourself with having wings, that really is the part of you that is angel. And Faith and Michael remind us that 80% of humanity, part of your soul's makeup, is angel. And this is why so many people believe in their angels. At least 2/3 of people believe in angels in the States and a third in the UK. And I'm sure those statistics have grown since they were taken a few years ago. And we don't have to know what an angel is. We can certainly research, we can read the books, work with the deck, speak with them. But just know, as she's saying now, to know an angel is really to know yourself For the only difference between humankind and angel kind is that the angels are relatively non-physical. They have their own evolution. And the more that you partner with them, the more that you're supporting them to create heaven on earth, just as so many of us here, that is part of our purpose, creating a better world in whatever path or niche that we're passionate about and we're in. So continuing just to breathe in faith and just feeling what you're feeling, whether it's a sensation, a color, a lightness. Maybe you're feeling stronger, taller, brighter, which is often the sign that faith is with you. And she's here today to ask you to surrender what you are ready to let go of, so that you can be and bring more faith into the current situation that's taken place in your life where you don't feel as steady, as secure, as safe. How can you bring in more faith? Faith in your own capabilities, faith in your own skills, faith that you're supported physically and non-physically. What would that take? What do you need to let go of? Doing that now, breathing it out. And something that often gets missed in working with the angels, this type of alchemy, is what are you moving into? Knowing that which you are letting go and releasing is wonderful, but everything is cyclical. Energy cannot be destroyed, it's only transformed. So, what are you transforming? What are you moving into as you let go of uncertainty, fear, lack of money, lack of time, lack of energy? What are you moving into? Abundance, vibrancy, joy. What is it? Breathing it in. Knowing that you can summon these qualities, you can invite them in, and the more that you do that, you become them, you embody them. As Faith reminds us, whatever we empower, we become. If you empower those thoughts of uncertainty or doubt or poverty, you're going to keep in that vibration. And then that will be your reality. So, how can you perpetuate that which you want to create? Opening your heart to that which you want, that what you're ready for, feeling strong and bolstered by faith. And when you're ready, just giving thanks. And if it feels good, asking Archeia Faith just to remain with you throughout the next day and longer. And she shared a few journal questions, and these are: as I invite in Archeia Faith, I stop hiding myself from life and hiding my gifts. This enables what? What does it enable? When you invite in faith and say to yourself, I am not hiding from life anymore. I'm not hiding my light under a bushel or anyone else. I'm not dimming my light for anyone else. What becomes possible? And then number 2, I'll continue to invite in Archeia Faith 4. And she leaves us with this parting affirmation, this activated mantra. I rejoice in knowing that my life is by my design. Yes, and so it is. See you tomorrow for day 2. And please, if you aren't already, please do subscribe and hit that little bell so you're notified. I need to go and ground now. Notified when the next video is live. See you tomorrow.